You white knuckle it when someone says, let's go out to eat. You start thinking, oh my God, I should be eating correctly. I should be eating better. Is there going to be anything healthy at the restaurant? Do you even know what to put in your mouth anymore? You're not alone. Too many people that have no business talking about nutrition are doing so, and is causing confusion. Are you or someone you love treating their body as a human garbage disposal? Are you suffering from some joint pain or headaches or weight loss resistant, brain fog, fatigue, GI issues, anxiety, depression, or mood disorders? Then you are in the right place. I'm leading nutritionist Meg Marie O'Rourke, and I am here to change the way you think about food. We are blessed with an internal mechanism that can actually help us determine when we're satisfied. If you abuse that, you will then not even know when you're full anymore, or you'll ignore that, and that fullness level is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So you can consume more and more and more calories before you feel full. So don't abuse that. And, even in the Bible, it says that overeating or just doing anything gluttonous is a sin. Stop blaming your mother, for the clean plate club. You're 30, 40, 50 years old. You can't be blaming your mother about your actions. Take forth your own issues and go ahead and determine what foods you should or should not be eating or how much. So many Americans, more than 70% of Americans, as a fact, do not consume the minimum recommended daily intake of essential nutrients. 51% of American women don't get enough calcium to support bone health. 30 million Americans are deficient in vitamin B6, which can result in fatigue and depression. 25% of the chromium needed daily is all the average American consumes, making us more susceptible to insulin resistance, weight loss resistance, and type 2 diabetes. Today, we're going to talk again about micronutrients. We started the conversation last Saturday on the iHeart radio show, Harmony with Food, that airs every Saturday from 11 to noon. We're continuing the conversation today, and we're also taking your questions at 866-920-9455. Again, the number is 866-920-9455. And if you're just tuning in, my name's Meg, and so we are getting started. So, have you ever wondered if there's a magic combination of vitamins and minerals you need to put together to get the best cellular effect? Taking supplements, walking into GNC and just picking something off the wall, or worse yet, getting advice from a young person who has no nutrition experience whatsoever and is basically a salesperson is not the way to go. So I am developing something new. It's going to be called the Bio Unique Boutique. That's to come. That's going to be in the future. Right now, if you're just tuning in, I'm a registered dietitian. I've been practicing for over 20 years, and I've worked in many areas of nutrition and health, including a level 3 trauma unit. I worked on oncology for 5 years. I worked on a GI surgery floor. I taught diabetic classes to newly diagnosed people with diabetes. I don't like the term diabetics. It doesn't have to determine who you are. I also taught classes to people status post heart attack. Very captive audience, right? Let's not wait till we get sick to need nutritional advice. So if you are taking supplements, and you're wondering, should I be taking this? Should I be taking that? Maybe you read a blog, or you hear a commercial on a radio show, or you hear, a podcast, or whatever you're getting, wherever you're getting your information from. It doesn't always mean that it's meant for you. It's not, it's just guessing. So we always say we'd rather test than guess. So if you get the combination wrong, you can actually cause more aging to your cells, and you can cause more inflammation. So it's very important to do it with, a healthcare provider such as myself. So the micronutrient testing actually looks at vitamin A, all the Bs, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, vitamin C, D3, uh, vitamin E, K1, K2, folate, calcium, manganese, zinc, copper, chromium, iron, magnesium, copper to zinc ratio, metabolites such as inositol, amino acids, antioxidants such as CQ10, cysteine, glutathione, and selenium. And that's not even all of them that I'm listing there because I don't want to bore you guys. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we need to be proactive about our health. We are only given one body, and we need to be, the person who is deciding to like actually do something before you have a problem. That's what I want for the Harmony with Food listeners. And so every week I do the show from 11 to noon, and we talk about anything from health and nutrition to to anything related to health. And so we actually are going to take a little bit of a different turn today, and towards the end of the show we're going to talk about some of the new programs that I have. But we'll wait for that for now, but we're going to continue the subject of, there's inflammation that could be causing your joint pain. There's so many different things that can be causing all these problems. The human body may only require micronutrients in small doses, but these vitamins and minerals are crucial for basic physiological functions such as metabolism. Maybe you're feeling weight loss resistant. Maybe you're feeling like your metabolism is stuck. Growth and development. Deficiencies in one or more of these micronutrients may lead to detrimental health impacts, including chronic diseases. For decades, health organizations have been reporting on micronutrient malnutrition, including deficiencies in iodine, iron, folate, vitamin A, and zinc, among others. That continues to have devastating consequences for billions of people worldwide, and micronutrient deficiencies are not limited to developing nations. Several nutrient shortfalls have been noted in the U.S. population by the NHANES study, suggesting that micronutrient malnutrition is common in the United States, with an estimated 31% of the population at risk for developing one or more of these micronutrient deficiencies. We've talked before about the term hidden hunger, and that is used to describe vitamin and mineral deficiency. When someone's dietary habits are based on the Western diet and consists of foods that lack the necessary levels of micronutrients, fiber, phytonutrients, and on, it has devastating impacts on people's health. Micronutrient malnutrition has been associated with a wide range of physiological impairments, including metabolic disorders, reduced immune system, super important these days, endocrine and cognitive function, and a delayed and inadequate physical development. You guys, you're listening to the Harmony with Food Show. My name's Meg. We're talking about micronutrient deficiencies. The number here is 866-920-9455. Again, the number here is 866-920-9455. You're listening to the Harmony with Food Show on 920 AM, 104.7 FM, Boston, Providence, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Harmony with Food Show. We are talking about nutrition. We're talking about health. We are talking about being proactive about your own health care. Don't let the doctors just, kind of do the basic stuff, kind of skim the surface. That's not what we want for any of the Harmony with Food listeners. We're continuing the conversation this week about the importance of micronutrient testing. And we talked last week about phytonutrients and antioxidants and a diet that provides or incorporates a variety of foods, the color of the rainbow, vegetables, whole grains, spices, and herbs, provides essential minerals and vitamins, antioxidants, amino acids. And we know that research suggests, easy for me to say, that acute and chronic physiological stress is associated with increased inflammatory activity in the body, contributing to the adverse mental health symptoms and furthering the inflammatory process. The anti-inflammatory properties of dietary phytonutrients and antioxidants may provide direct health benefits. So we know we know that food can affect your mood, no doubt about it. And it can also make anxiety and depression worse. And that is not what I want for the Harmony with Food listeners. So we found that there was a study, and it actually looked at, I know studies can be kind of skewed sometimes, but this was a study of 59 healthy participants, and found that the carotenoid intake reduced physiological stress. They were given 13 milligrams or 27 milligrams per day. And they found that there was improved emotional and physical health compared to the placebo. Other antioxidants, such as A, C, E, may also play a role in the development and alleviation of anxiety and depressive symptoms. Imagine that food can affect your mood, and studies are further making precedent on this. An observational study of 80 patients found that those with generalized anxiety disorder had lower initial levels of those vitamins in their blood serum compared to healthy controls. After a 6-week treatment of vitamin A, C, and E, a significant increase in blood levels of antioxidants and a significant reduction in anxiety and depression were reported. So imagine if you could only improve your life, decrease your anxiety, decrease your stress, decrease your inflammation. Research also suggests that omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids are protective against depression and reduce depressive symptoms. Another study evaluated omega-3 supplementation as an adjuvant therapy to standard antidepressant medications for patients with major depressive disorders. After a 12-week treatment of omega fatty acids compared to placebo, those participants in the omega-3 treatment group reported less symptoms of depression, anxiety, sensitivity, and sleep disturbances, and improved regulation of their emotions. Imagine that food can actually either make your anxiety and depression worse, or it can make it better, along with exercise for sure. So for a deeper understanding of micronutrient imbalances, we're going to talk further about that today. Nutrition is a cornerstone of functional medical care. Diet quality is a crucial consideration when evaluating chronic physical and mental health conditions and when implementing personal interventions that address imbalances in order to optimize a patient's overall wellness. Dietary patterns that include inadequate amounts of good foods with high vitamins and minerals and lacking exercise will increase chronic physiological stress, and increase symptoms such as depression and anxiety. And that is not what I want for the Harmony with Food show listeners, or anybody for that matter. We need to think about how we can be our own healthcare advocates every day. I seriously do this when I get up in the morning, every morning. Sorry, dropped something. Sorry, Effie. Scared my dog. It's okay. So sorry about that. When I get up in the morning, what I do before before I actually get up is I just am like very thankful that I feel healthy today and that I feel good today. Oh, we have some listeners chiming in over here. Let's see who we have. All right. So we have someone from New York. We have someone from Warren, Rhode Island, someone from Newport, Rhode Island, Daytona Beach, Florida. We have someone from Hamilton, Canada, Gurgaon, India, and Providence. Cool. So thanks for listening, everybody. We're just talking about being proactive about your own healthcare. Now, preventative healthcare is great, where you're like, watching your diet and doing maybe seeing a registered dietitian, cleaning up your diet and those kind of things. But we can go a step further with functional nutrition and functional medicine. And I am here every Saturday from 11 to noon on 920 AM, 104.7 FM, but I'm also live on my website, harmonywithfood.com. And if you haven't gone over to my website, please do, because I offer a lot of free information, recipes, shopping lists, videos of me cooking in the kitchen, and so much more. And if you get on my list, you'll also get reminded every week of the show before it starts, and you'll get my blog, and you will be able to listen to any of the radio shows that I did. But in the future, things are going to be changing a little bit where I'm starting a membership. So if any of you aren't familiar, if you just think about any kind of membership, maybe, people are paying like $50 a month to be on Weight Watchers, $60, I'm sorry, a month, $50 a month, $60 a month to use Noom, which most of my clients tell me they can't talk to a person. And then $105 a month for something like Shakeology, which is basically, let's put you on a fake, crazy, deprivational diet that's not really going to work in the long run. And then, you'll spend all this money on their expensive shakes only to gain all the weight back and then some. I'm not a fan of Weight Watchers, and here's why. They cause people to ruminate about food. You are counting, you are weighing, you are going to a meeting. If someone takes a crap, everyone's clapping because they lost a pound. It's insanity. They tell you to go to bed if all your points have ran out. Like there's nothing else you can do in the world except eat food. And it's an archaic model. And even psychiatrists, this isn't me saying, but even psychiatrists would say and agree with me that thinking about food 90% of the day, which Weight Watchers causes you to do, you can ask anyone who's ever been on it, that it is actually very, very unhealthy. It's called rumination. You're ruminating about food. Same thing if you were ruminating about shopping or gambling or sex or whatever. If you can't function and you can't be 100% at work because all you're doing is thinking about a certain thing, that is not healthy. And that is what Weight Watchers does. And I am against Weight Watchers. It's just not a good program in my consideration. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how, in this half of the show, about how micronutrients can actually affect our mood. I think it's really important to realize that if you're not sleeping well, you're not exercising enough, and you're not consuming the right foods, and you're not feeling good about yourself. You try on 15 outfits in the morning, none of them fit. Then you weigh yourself and see you're up a couple of pounds. Then you go off to work and you notice that, oh my God, you get into work, the clothes don't fit right, you really don't feel good, and someone looks at you a little weird and you want to cry. That's not how I want you to start your day. How I want you to start your day is very well rested because you exercised, and those exercise helped you increase those endorphins and other things that increased your mood. I want you to eat whole, wholesome food so that you can actually feel good and have the energy. That is what food is supposed to do. It's supposed to give us energy and make us feel better. And so, did you know that if you're not sleeping enough, if you're not getting into that REM sleep every night, you're going to have issues with weight, because that in itself is going to make you not be able to break down fat. And that is not what I want for you guys. So, national statistics indicate that several nutrient shortfalls are common in the United States, including potassium, dietary fiber, choline, magnesium, calcium, vitamins A, D, E, and C. Risk of selenium, zinc, and folate and B12 deficiency may also be found among select populations. So, why aren't our conventional doctors doing this testing? I can't give you an answer on that, but what I can tell you is that you can be your own activist for your health. You can be your own person that is proactive about your health. You can go above and beyond. Maybe you're just feeling a little bit tired. Maybe you're still getting headaches. Maybe you're still not, feeling like the energy level that you feel like you should be. And maybe you're heading towards retirement and you just want to have a really calm and you want to live so long that you can see your grandchildren graduate from high school or college. That's why you do proactive healthcare. We are just skimming the surface with conventional healthcare. And don't get me wrong, I've worked with many hundreds and hundreds of nurses and doctors and surgeons of conventional medicine, easy for me to say, over the years. And they're wonderful people, but they're skimming the surface. They're finding out things like, okay, you don't have this or you don't have that. But then how about taking the next step? We have to be proactive. I'm going to be talking about next, I'm going to be talking about some of the programs that I have. And you guys are listening to the Harmony with Food show, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Harmony with Food Show. We're talking anything nutrition. We're talking about proactive healthcare, and we're talking about how you can and need to be your own healthcare advocate. National statistics indicate that several nutrient shortfalls are common in the United States. Micro, Micronutrient malnutrition or deficiencies is one or more. Crucial vitamins or minerals may be absent from your diet, may negatively impact both physical and mental health and potentially lead to chronic illness. To compound the issue, chronic physiological and psychological and environmental stress may negatively impact micronutrient concentrations in the body, leading to micronutrient depletion. But our regular doctors are not talking about this in a time when stress-related statistics indicate significantly higher symptoms of anxiety and depression in the United States due to the pandemic, unfortunately, a nutrient-dense diet made up of foods full of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients can be a powerful tool in promoting mental wellness and combating chronic disease. Magnesium is one micronutrient commonly underconsumed in the United States, yet it is present in a variety of foods, from greens to whole grains. Although there is some conflicting evidence, low levels of magnesium intake have been associated with depression. Most recently, a 2019 cross-sectional analysis of medical records from over 3,600 adults found a positive correlation between lower serum magnesium levels and depressive symptoms. Beneficial effects of magnesium supplementation on anxiety and stress-related symptoms have been suggested, though further trials may be required to confirm. But for example, a 2017 randomized controlled trial found that magnesium and zinc supplementation, and they were provided 320 milligrams of magnesium sulfate and 27 milligrams of zinc sulfate, did not reduce depression and anxiety symptom in postpartum women after 8-week intervention. Well, yeah, postpartum, their hormones are going crazy. And so that doesn't really surprise me. However, a 2018 study found that magnesium intake, 300 milligrams daily, alleviated stress symptoms in men and women with low magnesium. Further, for participants who reported severe stress, a combination of magnesium, 300 milligrams a day, and B6, 30 milligrams a day, demonstrated greater improvements. Some B vitamin deficiencies have been linked to an increased risk of depression, and consistent and sufficient intake of those nutrients, specifically folate and B12, may potentially decrease the risk of depression, relapse, and on the onset of symptoms in an at-risk population. A 2019 systematic review meta-analysis of 18 research articles suggested that B vitamin supplementation benefited both at-risk, poor nutrient and mood status, and healthy populations specific to improving their reported stress symptoms and overall mood. So imagine that, guys. What they're saying is that food can affect our mood. I know exercise can affect my mood anyway. I know it makes me less cranky and I sleep better. I can ask my husband about that, I'm sure. And so I just want you guys to know that, it's not a farce, it's not a myth, it's not, you shouldn't be listening to all these like nutrition wannabes that go to some 6-week course and then think they know everything they need to know about nutrition. I think it's quite the opposite. I think you really have to have that science background, and then you can move forward to helping your clients. So what I do over at Harmony with Food, if you're just listening, maybe this is your first time listening in. If it is, let me introduce myself. My name is Meg Marie O'Rourke. I'm leading nutritionist in Rhode Island in Southeastern Mass, and I'm here to change the way you think about food. We talk about nutrition, we talk about recipes, we provide shopping lists and other things off of my site. So go over to, if you're driving in the car right now, just remember the acronym HWF. You can remember that till you get home. harmonywithfood.com. Go over there, get on my email list, and I give you out a lot of free stuff. In addition, I also have a pop-up on my site. If you go over there, harmonywithfood.com, and you are on the site for about 3 seconds, a pop-up will appear and it will say you missed, we're doing a summer course called Your Diet Do-Over. That's happening right now. We're in week 5 this week coming up. And you miss the summer, and that's okay, because here's what you can do instead. You can either get on the wait list, which the pop-up will indicate, or you can buy the course, and you get modules you get all the modules, you get all 8 modules, you get emails, you get links to show you where everything is, we do videos to show you where to get to the information, we use a platform called Thinkific, and you will get emails every week that correlate with the modules. So once you do that program, whether you do that program on your own as a self-study, now here's the thing though, we dig a lot deeper in the course. Like if you take the course live with me, this radio show is great. It's awesome. I love doing it, and I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I feel so blessed to be able to be here every Saturday from 11 to noon. But here's the thing, we dig a lot deeper in the course. We really go through a regimented week by week module with PDFs and homework, and you get a Harmony with Food journal, and there's all kinds of recipes and shopping lists, and we talk from everything from macronutrients to micronutrients to inflammation to how important sleep is to avoiding inflammation to how to eat foods that actually lower your blood pressure, how to solve or resolve your GI issues. We cover all of that in the Your Diet Do-Over course. That is on sale on my site for $197. Now, if you decide you'd rather go through the course with me live, that's fine. We're going to be starting back up in late September. That's the goal. So either way, you can get on the wait list, or you can go ahead and do it on your own. Here's the thing though, you have to do one or the other to get over into my membership. So my membership is actually going to be a collaborative thing, as far as, I don't want to say interdisciplinary team because that sounds too clinical, but it's going to be a holistic approach to help improve your life. Because here's the thing, nutrition is just a part of the puzzle. Nutrition is so important. Totally agree. But how about you sleep? How about we get a sleep expert on to help us get into a better sleeping routine, a better sleeping regime? How about if we have an expert on that's a social worker, a licensed social worker with a master's degree, and she's going to teach us about how to have a better relationship with food from a psychological standpoint. Maybe this person would specialize in eating disorders and body dysmorphia and things that people are having trouble with, in addition to just making the food and preparing the food and eating the food, right? And we give out meal plans and shopping lists and recipes. We're going to have a yoga person on. We're going to have exercise persons on. All exercises you can do from your own living room or bedroom or wherever it's comfortable for you. We're going to have a naturopath on. We're going to have a homeopathic person on. We are going to have a myriad of different practitioners. We're going to have a movie night. It's going to be so cool. We are going to watch 45 minutes of a food type documentary, and then we're going to comment. And then after everyone's done commenting, you'll get my take on the documentary, because some of those documentaries can be a little jaded. So I'm super excited about the membership. And if you're a current or past client, you can get into the membership too. We're getting close to a break here. You're listening to the Harmony with Food Show. My name is Meg Maria O'Rourke. You're listening to 920 AM, 104.7 FM, iHeartRadio, Boston, Providence. And we are talking about my groups, my programs, my courses, my one-to-ones, and everything I have to offer at Harmony with Food. So don't forget, go over to harmonywithfood.com, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all Harmony with Food. And the number here is 866-920-9455. Again, the number here is 866-920-9455, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Harmony with Food show. We are talking about anything nutrition, anything health, and we can get our bodies to where we need to be so they don't have to be, we don't have to treat ourselves subpar. And if you are treating yourself subpar by putting garbage into your body every day or every week or what have you, I want you to think about, why are you treating yourself that way? And so I want to be the person who wakes you up, changes the way you think about food, and helps you to determine what foods you should or should not be eating. And that is why I do the Harmony with Food radio show every Saturday from 11 to noon. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But I want to tell you about a lady I was talking to. I'm just going to call her Sally, and I'll use that name because obviously HIPAA laws and all that. So whenever you have a conversation with me, it's always private. We have to follow the HIPAA rules, and no, just like you do in your doctor's office or have you wherever you go for medical help, whether it's a social worker or a doctor. So Sally heard the show and she reached out to me. We had a HIPAA compliant one-to-one discussion conversation, and Sally told me exactly what she was suffering with. I won't go into that here because it's not really important, but we all have certain things that we know it could be better. Maybe we're tired sometimes. Maybe we have too much fatigue. Maybe we're just not feeling the energy that we should be feeling. And so Sally heard the show, gave me a call. We had a HIPAA compliant conversation, and Sally decided to do some proactive testing with me. And so we are going to be able to find out exactly what she needs for her body and her lifestyle. Not something generic, not something like you're going to walk into GNC and pick something up off the counter that the salesperson tells you to buy, which, by the way, just be careful where you get your nutrition information from. And so Sally will not just be pulling something off the shelf at GNC. So prior to saying yes, Sally asked her doctor what he thought of doing the micronutrient test or the gut zoomer. And his answer was, "You're doing fine. You don't need anything like that." But here's the thing, guys. You ever notice when you go to the doctor's office and you always see, all these sales reps, that there's like a code, like if one sales rep is in the building, the other one's supposed to wait in the car, and then as the other one comes out, the other one comes in. They're constantly in there with their fattening sugary donuts, or maybe they're buying lunch for everybody in there. And they're kind of getting their foot in the door, right? By offering something, because they know that if they don't offer something, they don't give away something free, that they may not get in. That's just the truth of it, unfortunately. And so, when you go to the doctor's office, you see all those pharmaceutical reps coming and going, wait in the car. They have Starbucks or Krispy Kreme, or they ordered lunch from somewhere. And most of the time, it's not healthy stuff, guys. And at the end of the day, if the doctor is not going to, you know, get anything out of it, then chances are they're just going to say, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need to do that. Um, you know, just like, don't worry about it." They're not going to receive any financial benefit. They probably won't recommend it. And here's the other thing. If we all get healthy and do proactive testing and do things to be healthier, to stay healthy, what do you think is going to happen? We're not going to need prescription drugs. The doctors aren't going to have as many visits, so they're not going to get the copayment or the payment from the insurance company. And we're going to have less visits to the doctor. So here's another thing. Before you go shopping for clothes, don't you need to know your size and your measurements? This is not a one size fits all approach to your health. And here's what will happen with Sally. She will know the exact pre and probiotics and exact vitamins and minerals she needs for her body. And, if you're thinking, you know what, I want to do that too, you can call us or go over to the website and put in an inquiry. Contact us if that's easier for you, or just give me a call. 401-245-8784 is my office number. 401-245-8784. We are located in East Providence, Rhode Island. But here's the thing, guys. We are still doing telemedicine over here at Harmony with Food. So you don't have to drive anywhere. It can be done in the convenience of your own home. And what would it be like for you to be able to figure out what foods you should or should not be consuming? And then if you can't get all that you need to in just via food, we determine the exact vitamins and minerals that you need for your body. And then we also do prebiotic, probiotic, microbiome testing called the Gut Zoomer. And that determines exactly what pre and probiotics you need. In addition to that, I will recommend some naturopathic things for you if you're having GI issues. It could be many different things, from lemon balm oil to I could just go on HCL. It's many things that can help with your GI tract. And so if you feel like going on a similar path as Sally, you can just give us a call. But also know that you can get free information off my site, harmonywithfood.com. And remember too that you can actually learn to use your ability to detect your satiety level. So we're going to talk about my trademark secret for a minute. Keep it a 5. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 is not hungry at all, and 10 is ravenous. So let's think about this. You come in the house at night. You had a really hard day, and now you are hungry and tired. You are going to make the easy choice, not the healthy choice, because I know how you think. Then what's going to happen is you're going to eat too much. So on a scale for fullness, 0 is not full at all. 10 is so full you feel sick. You're going to eat too much because you made your blood sugars all crazy because you waited too long to eat. Maybe you ate at 12 and now you're coming in at 7. I don't want that for you. I want you to keep it a 5 throughout the whole day for hunger and satiety. So remember to keep it a 5. Have a check. You're out at a restaurant, right? Oh, by the way, you can check out my Harmony with Food healthy restaurant reviews if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And then you can also if you get on my email list, you'll get those every week. I do a restaurant every week and we talk about how you can go to restaurants. It's not all about the food. It's about the adventure. It's about the moment. It's about being with your spouse or partner or what have you and enjoying this moment that you guys have together, really looking at each other in the eye and, asking, how's your week? How'd it go? Like, was that hard? I didn't get to talk to you about that. How did that meeting go or whatever? And it's really important that we take these moments to relax and bring our stress levels down. Got to bring those cortisol levels down, right? We got to be, the ebb and flow. We got to be cool, calm, and collective, right? We don't want to be stress balls. We want to be enjoying ourselves. Now, a little anxiety is good, a little stress is good. But over the top, you're going to cause yourself to get into a very reactive state. You're going to have, stress through the roof, and you're going to eat junk because you're rushing around. You're not taking care of yourself. So you're just eating whatever you want. And that's not what I want for the Harmony with Food listeners. So trying to get the word out, guys. I have a membership going. I have a course that you could do at your own pace, self-study. I do one-to-one telemedicine. The membership, if you're interested in joining that, you have to go through the course. Or if you have been a client of mine in the past, you can also get in the membership. Okay. So I didn't forget about you guys. I appreciate so much your loyalty to me, and I want you to be able to get into the membership too. Plus, if you've been a client of mine and seen me several times, you will have the basics of that course on our one-to-ones that we've already done. So we don't want anyone in the group that's going to come in and ask, some of the questions that are the basic questions. You can ask anything. You can feel free. It's a no judgment zone. It's a safe place for everyone. And we get a private Facebook group. Okay, so we can share what we're eating. We can share what we just bought at the store. We can share anything we want. Share a picture of your favorite pet if you want, whatever it is, or all your pets. And we just have a great community. I'm attracting amazing people, and I want you to be able to either take advantage. Now you can use, if you have an HSA or an HFA card, you can use that for the membership. Um, if you if you have certain insurances, I can do telemedicine with you one-on-one. But we also have the group, we have the course, that's starting in September. But the membership is going to transpire into having many experts, not just myself, in all areas of health and nutrition. We're going to have a perfectionist syndrome social worker on. She works with people that have perfectionist syndrome. And we're going to have all kinds of cool people on. Um, we're going to have a meditation series. We're going to have specialists in all kinds of areas coming on to get you the benefit, a sleep expert. So if you want more information, give us a call or go over to the website, harmonywithfood.com. Do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and we will see you next week, guys.